We got two zero two five. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Welcome M3 for joining the Real World J podcast show. Your host, Real World J, Real World J podcasting with my host, Real World J, Jesse Morgan, your host, Mark 2.5, twice the night and half the time, baby. Yeah, yeah, we got to get started, baby. Hey, Real World J podcast show. I'm your host, Full Circle J, Akata J, Unapologetic J, home of the Twin Desert Eagles like no other. You can download us. You can download it. You can we're going to live hot boy reunion. That hot boy reunion was fire. Yeah, just like that hot boy reunion. Yeah, that's the Real World J podcast show. You know what I'm saying? You can download us and like us, subscribe to us on YouTube, or Spotify, Heart Radio, uh, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podcaster, Pod Acid. Anywhere that you can type in, anywhere you can type in your favorite artist or your favorite rapper, you can type in the Real World J podcast show. What's in the back? You can type it in the front. And we're talking about on today's podcast. We're talking about shout out to shout out to the shout out to the 7 listeners on Zoom on Zoom right now. I really appreciate y'all for jumping in the Real World J podcast show, man. Y'all always show love, y'all fast. I shout out to everybody on Scout watching too. Really appreciate you. And we're talking about everybody who's shouting out on YouTube. Everybody's on YouTube watching. I really appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love. It's been a while, but I'm back because I got my swagger back. But yeah, we're talking about verbal abuse, just abuse, just abuse in general. But like people don't like people think that like when someone like getting they like someone getting like hit, you know what I'm saying, whatever, they think that's worse, you know what I'm saying? Like some people think that that's worse than actually verbal abuse, but to me it's the same, it's the same sword. Because you know what I mean? But actually, you know what I'm saying, like verbal abuse really those are scars that you don't see, that people don't see, you know, because that's the, you know what I'm saying, because that's the scars on your heart. And you know what I'm saying, and it says subscribe, like, appreciate you. Shout out to One in a Million for joining the Real World J podcast show. I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate you for joining. We appreciate you joining you on Scout. I really appreciate you. Um, uh, yeah, like I was saying, not some sounds. It sounds like I was continuing the conversation. Was like, continue my conversation was like saying that, you know, verbal abuse is the same. It's the same sword. It's the same sword as physical abuse, because those are the scars that are left on the heart and on the mind. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, well, but the heart feels, that what the mind replays in his mind. That what your mind is going to replay what your heart feels. And because like verbal, like, you know what I'm saying, like verbal abuse can actually change the way that any type of abuse, but can change the way that you look at a person and feel towards a person and act towards a person. That's and I know that's a lot of power, but if you continue to go through it and through it, you know, it's like, why would they stop? Because you're not telling them to stop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Mark too, like Mark said, he said a physical wound heal unlike mental. Like mental, like because you can go through something and that can you can go through something, you can go through something emotional or go through something, you know what I'm saying, go through something emotional. And emotional is more likely verbal, you know what I'm saying? You're going through something, you know, like you can go through something tragic. People understand like you don't have to be in a car crash to be in a car crash. You know what I'm saying? It's your relationship with a person or relationship with yourself or relationship with, you know, or whatever or whoever. And if you know what I'm saying, if you appreciate you, Mark, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mark said bars, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, it's just like you gotta understand, like like people like people more likely your heart is being like some like if you get like heartbreak, right? It you you normally get heartbreak by somebody telling you that they don't want you, they don't want to be with you, they don't love you, and and then the physical, I guess the physical part come in when they you know what I'm saying when they act like it, when they act like what they're saying they're doing. Yeah, rejection. Like Mark said, like rejection. Like because like abuse is rejection. Because you can't say you love me and then reject me. So you gotta be able to be mindful of that too. And you gotta be able to like if you're gonna like you gotta be but also you gotta be able to accept rejection too. Also too. Especially you know what I'm saying, especially if you know from a person that you with that's gonna throw it up. And that's what you decide. But I would say that here's what I was here's here's what I say that is one of the definitions of verbal abuse. Like as me as a human, and you as a human, and you as a and you as a human, it's okay for you to it's okay for you to not want to be talked to any type of way. That's your right. I feel like that's your right as a human. Because at the end of the day, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. What Mark said 100. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you can why do you got to get your message across? You know what I'm saying? Burning down the road, like with the like with the vicious words. But then, if you want to get your point across to your boss, that part, you're right? Mark say like that part, like make sense. But you want to, oh, whoa, you know what I mean? I ain't never heard you talk like that. and and people will say that you are like weak and soft and sensitive. But it's like if I don't want you to talk to me this type of way, that's my right. That's y'all right. Basically, I'm telling you to use other words because I'm smart. I can understand. I understand words, and people say, and that just when people say that, they're just telling, they're just saying that they're just not gonna change their ways. Yeah, expand your vocabulary, like Mark said. Expand your vocabulary, and it's like remember, like deserves to be treated like no one is to be uh talk to like they're like off the street, right? Or on any level. Even someone off the street, you shouldn't talk to someone like they on the street. That's how I feel. Cause I feel like cause you can be there. Quick as the New York minute. So I'd be like, dang, you know, for real. So and then because people think that respect goes two ways. Yeah, like Mark said, respect goes two ways. It does. It goes two ways. It's two-way street. It's not one-way street. Because if it's just one-way street, there's someone getting dragged along. I'm talking about. And you can't get dragged along because you're supposed to be on the side. Y'all supposed to be walking side by side. But when it comes to like, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like, you know, like abuse, like because some people out here really getting their ass, you know, some people out here really getting their butt kicked. And some people don't know that it's not okay. Because some people think that that's part of a relationship is abuse. If you say that out loud, how crazy does that sound? That's not, nah, man. That's toxic. Like Mark said, that's toxic. That's very toxic. Destructive. Destructive. Because at the end of the day, you leave damage. And then there's another psychopath, and then the psychopath is still on the street. Psychopath is still on the street. That's a bad movie. That's a horror movie. And that's what verbal abuse can do to you. You know what I'm saying? Because the verbal abuse have made people kill. I mean, kill themselves, commit suicide for someone. Talk to them so bad. And you say to make a point though, but what's the point? Because even the words you say after that, even your point gonna be bad. Because it's all bad. Like, because end of the day, everybody want to get talked nice to. So have the same have that same energy for everybody you talk to. If that's what you want, I just try to make it make sense. You know, I ain't talking to you. I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking to you. Hope I ain't talking through you. You know, I'm just saying make it make sense. You can't you can't be like you can't just say you just can't say whatever. Like end of the day, like some people and it's okay to be like this. Like you just can't say whatever you want to say to me. Like choose your words. Like think about it. Like why change your energy? Because the way that you come because you got to watch the way that you come at someone because if you come at the wrong way they're gonna react they're gonna react the way that they're gonna react the right way that they think that it should be, you know, it should be, you know what I'm saying? They don't know. So you come at somebody bucking at somebody for them to be defensive, and then you say they're defensive, it's like, but you bucked at me though. And at the end of the day, like verbal abuse is like are like punches to the face. You know, if somebody more likely the people will just try to destroy your character before they before they try to pick you up. That's not all people. That's just some people. A lot of people. But you know, I'm just like, man. Now one time you asked me if I needed something. So you gotta you gotta be mindful. Like you gotta be mindful of like of how you communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like just with people in general. Because if people feel like that they can't talk to you, but it's a difference between someone feel like they can't talk to you and they feel you get pissed all the time. But it's like I said before, like it's like changing words. Shout out to Jonathan Torres for joining the Real World J podcast show. We talking about verbal, verbal and physical abuse. You know what I'm saying? It's very toxic. And so, you know, like I was saying, like at the end of the day, if I'm basically I'm saying like change your words, but you know what I'm saying? Like all you gotta do is change your words. Then you can tell me about anything. People want to say what they want to say and still expect you to get the pictures that they painted. Well, the other time you do, but you still, but it's distorted though. The painter is distorted because all the noise, because all that noise was, you know what I'm saying? Because all that noise was surrounded. Yeah, there's power in words, like Mark said. Mark said there's power in words. You know what I'm saying? There's most definitely power in words, and you got to know how to use your. You got you gotta be like you gotta know how to use your words. Some people don't know how to use words. They don't. Not not in the right way. And so that's kind of you know what I'm saying. And that right there will really make the world burn because there's no there's no like I don't want to say like common sense to it, but like but in a way, but yeah, you gotta be mindful. And also you just gotta recognize who you're talking to. Some people are raised like that, some people are, you know what I'm saying, born like that, but you gotta have like the sense of mind to be like, you know where you at and know where and, you know what I'm saying, know where it can go. Like think about it before you even like think about it. Because like what you say, shout out to Carol. I probably said that wrong, sorry. Shout out, thank you for doing the Real World J podcast show. Um, yeah, you gotta be like you gotta think about what you say and think about how the reaction is gonna be and think about how what the damage is gonna be. Like you could because you know what you're gonna because you know what you're gonna say and how it's gonna affect them. You do because it ain't your first time, and you do it every time. Because that's like saying somebody saying I don't like that, and you keep on doing it. That's the definition of that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, pretty much. So and people don't understand like words, like I said, words kill people, words hurt people, you know what I'm saying, hurt people. You know what I'm saying? People words make people hurt themselves, like physically and mentally and emotionally. Because you can have, because somebody can say something, because somebody can have you thinking something that you're not. And that's a lot of waste of time because, you know what I'm saying, living through someone's opinion is, is not, you're not really living life. You're not living your life. You live through the expectation and their opinions. Man, that's hectic and like, oh man, nah, nah. There's well for plans for you. You just gotta execute it. You know, like don't ever let no one say that, you know, you ain't, you know, you're not this or that. Because at the end of the day, if you get up every single day and do this and that, then you know there's power in that. Because somebody can say you ain't doing something and you doing all the work, doing everything you can every day. Shout out to Howie for joining the Real World J podcast show. I really appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we talking about you know what I'm saying, like abuse, like period, physical, mental, you know, I you know what I'm saying, I would say, you know what I'm saying, I would say, you know what I'm saying, I I would say, you know, clearly everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. Like Mark said, everything. Like clearly that if you like I would never tell like a woman who was getting you know what I'm saying, like abused, like you know what I'm saying, like mentally, physically, you know what I'm saying, like I wouldn't tell her, well, just work it out. I don't know. I wouldn't say it. I'd be like, you need to go, like because like that's not like because that's not in the Bible, and that's not. I don't think that I never read. I never read any other Bible except what I'm saying, the Bible I know. You know what I'm saying, but I don't think that's in any. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any religion that said to beat your wife. Not not none I know of. So it's like, so where did the physical come in? Like, cause like, okay, okay, see, my mindset like this. I could be wrong. It's just my mindset. My mindset is like, what gives you? You said shout out to the other yeah, shout out to the other viewer. Really appreciate you for joining the Real World J podcast show on YouTube Live. On YouTube Live, like this is my and Mark said shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Mark on here live too. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the show. We're doing the show. You know what I'm saying? Live. So this is my mindset. Like my thing is like, and maybe I could be wrong, but my thing is like, what gives you, I don't understand what part of the brain, like what part of the brain says this is okay for you to put your hands on someone. I don't understand that. I don't care what you going through. Because that says you don't have self-control. You don't even have enough discipline to even think about the repercussions after that. I mean, you could like, get hit back. I don't know. What I mean, go to jail, lose your job because now you got felony charge because you know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't keep your hand, because you could keep your hands off of someone for 5 seconds. Your whole life changed for 5 seconds. Man, you gotta make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? Mark said in the comments, question, opinion. We feel free to comment. Y'all feel free to comment. Um, say what you're gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Ask what you're gonna ask. Say what you're gonna say. You know what I'm saying? This is a podcast show, talk show. You know what I'm saying? This is the Real World J podcast show. Let's go. Uh, yeah, we live on her. Yeah, we live everywhere. We got shout out to everybody on Zoom. Shout out to the 22 listeners that's listening on Zoom. I am sorry I got caught up. I'm glad you listening, but I got caught up. I don't never want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't never want to act like that. I act like y'all not there because I feel the energy. We feel the energy, and I appreciate y'all. And shout out to people watching on Scout. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate y'all. Really appreciate you. And on YouTube. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Love. I knew this was going this felt good. This felt good today. Um, yeah. I was but like my thing was like, man, if even if it happened one time, like that's enough. Because like, man, I just feel like, man, they're gonna do it again. I just feel like they'll do it again. Because they'll get because now it's a level. Now it's a different level that they can get on and they'll be okay. No, it's not okay when you're not around or when you get out. Because you got to think about that though. I wouldn't say, you know what I'm saying? The thing is to forgive someone, but don't forget. So I would remember that. So I was like, man, I won't want to be around that. To me, that's too much for me. But like I said earlier on the podcast, like some people feel like that's part of relationship, like abuse, physical and verbal abuse. That's part of relationship. That's not. That's not. That's not. That's not. That's not. That's not. It's not. Like I said earlier, like you have a right to not. What about men who are abused by their women but suffer in silence because they're ashamed? I can understand that. I understand that. That is a painful. That's like a kick to the chest. But understand you gotta build yourself up and you gotta be strong enough to what I'm saying, to pull that, to pull that boot off your chest. And I know that take time because I know it's hard to do because I know it's hard to do a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in it. So, you know, and you know what I'm saying, and you feel like you've been in it for so long, so you feel like that's part of it. But it should never supposed to be in the plan. Not that part. So you just gotta be like, You know, you just gotta make that make sense. Because like at the end of the day, if all y'all do like like well like I saying like I said, like I'm saying like abuse is like it didn't go both ways too, just like y'all being petty to each other. All y'all do in y'all relationship is y'all about being petty to each other, getting back at each other, being vindictive except for serving. Why would you do that? Because women can be disrespectful if they know you won't put their hands on them. Yeah, that's a safeguard. Yeah, it's the boundary. It's the boundary. They know their limits. They know their limits, and that's a long boundary because that's something that they know that you'll never do. That's something that you'll never do. That's something that you'll never do, and they, you know what I'm saying, they know that never ever. Because I'm pretty sure it be some stuff that somebody did, she did, or somebody said, she had said, and you just wanted to just go boo boo. You know what I'm saying? But don't do it. Don't do it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. That don't show nobody nothing. That don't show nobody nothing but a record. That don't show nobody no. That don't show nobody nothing but a record that you hit women. That's all point blank. That ain't worth it because your record stays and she goes. Where does she go? But your record stays. Mark said, "You so right. Make it make sense." Hell no. Ain't nothing nobody can say. It make me put no, nah, hell no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You gotta make that make sense. That part ain't worth it. Mm-mm. That part ain't worth it. That's having too much power. That mean because like if you did that mean you been wanting to do that. I'm not laughing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But if you did that mean you wanted to do that. Like that just wasn't just like nah. You been wanting to. You be like man. I wanted to. Sometimes I just want to just boom 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 to see how I just want to get it out. He said you're about to catch a fight. Yeah, you about to catch a felony. For real. Like why you gonna catch a felony? Cause you trying to make her be quiet. Best thing my grandma told me just walk away. Walk away, you can't hear no more. That's making her be quiet. Cause she gonna keep talking. I mean, I'm just saying. They're gonna say what they're gonna say. You just gotta be like true to yourself. And you know what I'm saying? You most definitely gotta be true to yourself. And you gotta be true to your heart and your, you know what I'm saying, to your foundation. This go both ways. There's a man and females, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I'm saying, cause women hit, you know what I'm saying, cause just not man hit women hit men too. You know what I'm saying it's two way. It's a tight relationship. So you know anything can happen. Mark said, walk away. Mm-hmm. And you know, verbal, you know what I'm saying, and also like I said, like verbally scars, you know what I'm saying, on the heart, in the heart, you know what I'm saying, and the mind you can play what the heart feels. So like I said, like just be mindful, which is you know how you talk to people, what you say to people, because no one, like I said, no one gets to be talked to like how they how some like talk about like no one gets to get no one no one has the right to talk to someone like they talking to someone off the street. because that's not even cool talking to somebody crazy off the street. Yes, sir. It's like, so you got to be like, so why? So why would you talk to your significant other like that, or someone you love? Because they get that out there out in the street. I mean, at work, dealing with people, traffic, the world. Your job is to be kind and talk to them kind. That's our jobs. Even if it's a hard conversation, be kind in the conversation. Communication. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. That's just a fact of the matter. That's just a fact of life. You know, you can like that old saying, you can draw more bees with honey than vinegar. Facts. Because some people don't hear what you say; they just hear the noise. And when you do that, and like, and when you use, you know what I'm saying, and, yeah, and when you use vicious words, a shot, you know what I'm saying. Mark says hashtag delivery. You know what I mean? Like it's a delivery, because like you can say what you want to say, but it just like use your words. The better words than that. I heard you use them. I'm just saying in general. But yeah, animal, you know what I'm saying? Real life. Everybody had their moments. Well, some people had their moments every day. But yeah, that's affects a lot. Because like that's the like when you talk to someone like appreciates, you know what I'm saying? Mark said jewel, you know what I'm saying? Because when you talk to someone crazy and you try to get a message across, that's talking through them and not talking to them. Because all they see is how you came at them and what you saying and how and blah 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 blah, blah X Y and Z, and you're not getting your point across. Because then whatever you want them to do is not going to be genuine. And I don't want none genuine. Especially, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you supposed to have, you know what I'm saying, this thing we call unconditional love. So, that's always that's always a thing. Like unconditional, like it's a difference between unconditional love and love with conditions. Or condition, you know what I'm saying? Love with conditions. You know, it's always like if you already gotta do something for someone to get love, then that means that you got love with conditions. And someone do something for you because we're a team, and because if you work out, you know what I'm saying, if you shine, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, if, you know what I'm saying, if you know what I'm saying, it's someone protecting you. Unconditional love is someone, it's protection. I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's protection. You know somebody truly love you if they protect you because they know you, so they know how to protect you. Uh, if you want to know somebody love you, see, you know what I'm saying, see how they protect you. So if they do or they don't, that's how you know. That's how you know. That's one of the signs right there. Protection. Um, I would say being mindful. like being mindful of you, being mindful of the situation, being mindful of the surroundings. Like Mark said, real shit. Yeah. Uh, you know, uh, just being like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, just being mindful, surrounding the situation. Uh, and being having what I'm saying, and being grateful. Not see, people think grateful means, because ain't you grateful to have the things that you have? Ain't you grateful to, like, why are you not, like, because like you hear people with bad situations every single day, and if you're not going through any other day, you be like, girl, I couldn't go. Oh boy, bro, I couldn't do that. Man, you should be grateful to God that you ain't going through that. That ain't that's not even like, that's not even a what are we doing type of thing. Like, be grateful, be thankful, especially within each other. Because some things that some people have in it, some people have in, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, some people, like, everybody have their demons, right? But I was like, be thankful that whatever demon someone have, you know what I'm saying, that the person you with don't have. Because you know about, you heard about, you heard about that demon that person have. Mark said, catch your blessings. You gotta catch a blessing, yeah, and catch a blessing within the person. Because you be like, man, I'm glad, man, my dude get up with Woo X, Y, and Z. He come home at 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? We spend time with the kids. We go to bed. Woo. Man, some women call that boring. Some women call that the dream. Semen demon. Right, said semen demon. Mm-hmm. Why you want to mess that up? Because you want to talk to somebody crazy? Because that's not how you keep somebody talking to somebody crazy. That's how you push them away. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I really appreciate y'all for joining the Real World J podcast show. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you, but I'm back. I promise. We're gonna do this again. Flash ship. And we're gonna keep it going. I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all for the for the 35 listeners to listen on Zoom. Was on noon. I really appreciate y'all. Uh, shout out to the pilot. Shout out to the how many people? Shout out to the what is that? Seven people listening on Scout. We would thank everybody for listening. Yeah, shout out to shout out to people listening on YouTube Live. I really appreciate y'all watching and showing the show. We really thank everybody for listening. And you can download us and you can subscribe. You can like to us to the Real World J podcast show. You see in the background. You can YouTube, Spotify, or Heart Radio, um, Scout. Uh, yeah. And we on all major platforms. So you can we got videos like this, or some you can ride to your car too. And, we got both. We got everything. We on Apple Podcasts. We on Podcast Pie Acid. We on Dizzler. Uh, We do every different type of shows, man. We do live shows, we do back in the day shows. You know what I'm saying? We got over 300 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Mark filling me in, like, you know what I'm saying, doing, you know what I'm saying, doing what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. That's what I brought to do. Really appreciate you, Mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, because I'm like, boom, 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 got it. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I always need you. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for listening. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never like, I'm gonna be back this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fell off, so I got to pick up where I left off. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, yeah, I'm sorry. Shout out to everybody. I love y'all. Real World J Podcast Show. I'm out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Mark said we're gonna work it out soon. He said I'll be live with you on video. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we probably work. Yeah, we're gonna work it out. And so we're gonna. So like I said, I really appreciate y'all. Really appreciate y'all. Shout out to like Trump said, Mega. What's up, man? But I really appreciate y'all for joining the show. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.